Hello, hello. Are we live? I think so. This is Sean. I own a language school here in Japan. And I teach Japanese and English, just so you know. So, yep, there's something on my hair. There you go. All right, I'll give you about a few more seconds for people to join. So, yep, are we on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously? I guess that's what you call it. Yes, I guess we are ready. All right. Anyway, I got this question from somebody. I'm going to tell you the question and answer it. Okay. So her name is, got my phone. This is Mrs. T. Mrs. T messaged me saying, "Hello, Sean. I like the work you're doing." Says Sensei as well. Everyone in the group kind of calls me Sensei. It's kind of cool. I never assumed that, but it's kind of cool that you guys call me that. She says, "I would love to." Let me read it for you. I am married to 2 kids. No, sorry, that's weird. I am married and I have 2 kids. This woman is 33 years old, and she's willing to join our group. And of course, I put her in. She says she's willing to learn the Japanese language and how to translate it to English. Well, in any language you want to translate. If you want to translate, it's a good job, right? Make the big bucks, I guess. I don't know with AI, but yeah, I guess so. And she's saying here that what's a good way to learn, and also what are the opportunities that you get by learning Japanese or another language. This is not only in Japanese. I think it's in not only languages actually as well. I think it's in any other skill that you have. Let me just complete that. So my point that I want to kind of emphasize is that in Japan, there are a lot of, so there's like a decline when it comes to like population, right? And in the past, there are a lot of like laws that kind of made it hard for people to actually move here, even though they know Japanese. So like one day needed a family member, or they needed like it happens a lot with Americans and the Europeans, right? So like my family, they're in the US for like more than 10 generations now, so it's hard to like have a connection with Europe. But a lot of, I guess, people that are Irish, the Irish families, they were able to claim citizenship or permanent residency through their grandparents, and I thought that was kind of cool. And in Japan, actually, you can do that if your grandparent or your parent is Japanese. Well, of course, your parent, right? But if your great grandparent or your grandparent is Japanese, there's a higher chance that you're going to get through the process of immigration. It's very cool. And I found a cool article today. I'm going to show you a link later, okay? It says Japan looks to accept more foreigners in the key policy shift, right? It says that under a law that took effect in 2019, a category of specified skilled workers in 14 sectors, such as farming, nursing care, and farming, nursing is the big thing, the big shortage right now. They're trying to increase more people, the number of people who actually get visas and come over here. So, and one of the requirements is understanding Japanese, right? And it doesn't say it here, but it's always safe to think it's safer when you know the local language. So, and in the website, it said that the population is going to go down like big time in the next 20 years, and they're really afraid of that. So it's interesting to me that they don't, like in school, they don't teach the value of families. Like, for example, a lot of youngsters go to the big cities and they'll never come back, right? And I think that if we taught the kids that, it's kind of important to be back in your hometown and, what's the word for it? Revitalize? No. Rebuild the suburban areas, it will be a lot better, but it doesn't work that way. It's kind of hard in a capitalist society. Not discrediting capitalism, the bigger the city is, the more people are, and the more jobs are. So, yep, that's a fact. So, yeah, in any article I read right now, since the COVID, there are a lot of not since it's before the COVID, there are a lot of people that are wanting to come, and Japan's kind of trying to open up. It's been a closed country for a while. It's been a very closed country, and it was in about 200 up until 200 years ago, until the Westerners came, right? But now it's actually really opening up, trying to open up, I guess. So that's another thing you could do. Oh, someone says hello. Who's watching? Hello. I don't know who it is. This thing doesn't show me who's watching. Yeah, leave a comment if you're watching, man or girl, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, yep, people are joining, so I'm happy. Anyway, if you do want to come here, you can actually do it with your family. And I almost forgot to say that I'm going to mention the areas within Japan. So this person asked also, which area in Japan should you move to if you are a international, like a foreign resident, right? If you want to live here and work here. So in my experience, I'm from southern Kyushu. I'm from a place called Kyushu. There's a little island below mainland Japan. It's kind of like Taiwan, if you want to call it. But like there's big China. There's a little island called Taiwan, right? And kind of like that. I'm from a small island called Kyushu, and I've lived there for about 18 years. And I haven't been back in a while, but I think in that area there are a lot of other Asian international people, right? So like from Korea, China, and my father was also an English teacher, so he said there are a lot of it's like Southeast Asians, like from the Philippines, from Cambodia, I guess, Laos, India, Nepal, I guess. A lot of Americans, Europeans end up in the bigger cities like Osaka or Tokyo. And I think that's good because they get more job opportunities. But in general, if you're looking for like a teaching job, you can do it anywhere. You can do it in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya. You can do it in where I'm from, Miyazaki, down south. And it's not a problem. Every state or prefecture, if you want to call it, has its own system. So you can apply to anywhere you want. Or no, I guess you apply in Tokyo or apply through email and they kind of put you to wherever they want, right? So like a teaching job would be like that. So there's nothing to worry about that when it comes to teaching. But if you do want to work in like, let's say you don't want the big cities, right? The bigger cities like Tokyo, Osaka, which I totally agree with. I'm living in the southern part of Aichi. I'm in Anjo City. Beautiful, beautiful Anjo. You want to check it out? Yep, good weather, no cars, just it's a residential area. I guess not too expensive, not too cheap. Got a 2-3 bedroom apartment here for, I can tell you how much it is. I'm going to tell you that in a later video. But it's very cheap. Not cheap, affordable for me. And it's a great city, unlike Tokyo or Osaka, where you got to pay like, $1,500 to just get a bedroom apartment. It's kind of crazy to me, right? So I really enjoy it here. And yeah, guys, leave a comment when you're watching us, watching this video. I really want to hear from you. Yep. Someone says hi. Comments. Let's see. Let's change the settings on this comments. Facebook groups. Read. Oops. Yep. Let's quickly check my Facebook group. People aren't commenting. My group. Yep. So, I see one person. Who's that? This is frustrating. Come on, guys. Tell me who you are. Anyway, that's okay. I'll figure that out later. So yeah, back to our conversation, back to our topic. If you want, say, you don't like the big cities, right? Yeah, there you go. If you don't want the big cities, you want to come down to like Aichi, not Nagoya, that's a big city. Southern Aichi, west, east, south of Nagoya is fine, very affordable. By the way, if you didn't know that, yeah, it's very affordable. And so like there are a lot of people in that's the thing that a lot of people don't know. The car company Toyota, it's it's actually a name of a city in Aichi, right? Toyota City, and that's where they started it. And a lot of car manufacturers around here, not white collar, but like, I mean, if you want to live in a foreign country, you kind of want to put up with something, right? It's not always rainbows and butterflies when it comes to like moving and actually, getting your feet into the door, in the door. So there are some things that you got to kind of put up with. But if you do want to have like a white collar job, go do teaching or some kind of like foreign, be like a banker or something in Tokyo. There are a lot of international banks in Tokyo. I guess mainly in Tokyo, Osaka too, but mainly in Tokyo. If you just want to, experience life in Japan, like, rural Japan, suburb, chill, relax, no craziness going around. You definitely can try blue collar. That's, like I said, nursing and was it farming? Yeah, if you guys know, can you just leave a comment? I think it was farming. Correct me if I'm wrong. Farming and nursing and more than 10 other sectors, they want people to actually come. So if you want to make a life, if you want to make it happen, it's very possible. And I do have information on that. So like it's always good to read in the local language, right? Read all the restrictions and all the, the process of going through that in the local language, which is Japanese in this case. So I do have information on that. So you can ask me in the comments if you want. And yeah, that was my point. When you look at the big picture, there's a lot of opportunities out there learning Japanese. So, and not only Japanese with, like recent years, there's a lot of coders, a lot of, I don't know if you study like, medicine, right? There are a lot of people. Ohayo gozaimasu sensei. Yep. Good morning, dude. Can't see your name there. It says Facebook user. Who is that? Let's see. Maymark. There you go. There you go, man. It's been a while since we last chatted, about a week, but how's it going, man? I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, leave a comment, man. How's it going? How's your learning Japanese recently? Maymark. Great guy. You're one of the first members of my group. So, yep. Anyway, there are a lot of people who actually want to come to Japan. They're opening up. So, yep. Especially if you're in like factory work or, that's not a bad thing. Like I went to 4-year university. I graduated from college. So, there's another person, Joanne. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Joanne? I did this the last time, but I hope you can leave a comment correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. Morning, dudes. Hi. A lot of people are joining. Thanks. I'm happy. Yep. We were talking about jobs in Japan, opportunities, learning Japanese. Yes, that's right. All right, Joanne. So that's your name. Good. And Maymark. I hope I got your name right. Yeah, we were talking about opportunities in Japan, and I'll end with this. I won't end yet, but my whole point was that you will have a lot of opportunities if you learn a new skill, especially, language. I guess nowadays software is like a big thing. Software, health. Yeah, that kind of brings me back to my point. Health, I guess medicine, that's kind of like a new thing, right? A lot of I see a lot of universities here being like new departments open, and it's in like a health department because of the COVID thing. They don't want a lot of more, what's the word for it? What are the people? What do you call the people who are actually like in front of the, whole COVID pandemic? Like the first people who actually treat them, right? They want more people that can do that. I'm assuming for the future pandemics, I guess. But yeah, it's not only like teaching, but if you want to do that, nursing, farming, the website said they want more farmers and nurses in 10 other sectors. Within 10 other sectors, they want a lot of people to come join Japan, live in Japan. So, yep, if you want to do that, that's one thing you can do. And you know how to learn Japanese. Just listen to my lives and be in our group. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer. That was one question that someone actually messaged me with. So I'll repeat again because some of you actually joined later. A person, Mrs. K, messaged me the other day saying she has 2 kids. She's struggling in her country. I don't know where it was. I think it was somewhere in Asia. I don't know. And she wanted to learn Japanese, but she wanted to know more about the opportunities when it comes to learning Japanese. And in this video, I was telling you guys that not only languages in general, but if you learn a new skill, it's a great way to kind of open up your opportunities. And Japanese is no exception when it comes to that. If you learn Japanese, there's a huge shortage in Japan, like a labor shortage. So you can join us over here, right? You can be a family, be a member of the community here in Japan. Yep, as I am. So yes, you guys got any questions? Nope. Yeah, and also it's like, I don't know. To me, it's not. This is very personal. Sorry if I, I'm trying not to be offensive, but I really never cared about what kind of job you had in another country. Whatever you can do to survive. If you like the lifestyle, it's fine, right? I see a lot of people in a factory work and car, like sales is another thing that a lot of people do. There are a lot of like South Americans in Aichi actually, because of the historical thing, because of history. A lot of people went to join the Brazilians during they didn't join, they just moved there because the war was kind of dangerous like 100 years ago. And they came back, and a lot of Brazilians, they brought their family here and they work in Aichi for Toyota. It's a big factory here in Toyota. Or here in Aichi. So a lot of people, a lot of people speak it. Yep. Do we need to speak Japanese for the interview? That's a good question. Actually, it depends where you're coming from. So let me specify, right? So like if your family member is Japanese, which I don't think the case is, in your case, I don't think that's the case. But if your family is from Japan, grandma, parents, I guess parents is kind of a no-brainer, right? If your grandma, grandpa, great-grandpa, great-grandma, great-grandparents, grandparents are from Japan, it probably doesn't matter that much. But if you do want to just move to Japan from nowhere, you don't have any connections, you've got a good connection here. I'm your teacher. I can do anything. I can assist you, but like there's no legal connection to your friends here, right? Even if you had friends, there's no family members to support you. I think it's a lot better to have Japanese. And yes, short answer, yes, they require you to have like a N2, I guess. I'm not too sure about that. I'm gonna have to look that up. You can look that up too. When it comes to moving to another country, it's usually in Japan. It's usually they look at your skill. If you're interfering with the local market, which won't happen so much because they're looking for a lot of blue collar workers. So if you just want to come here, teaching's fine too. If you want to come here, your job is probably going to be fine. They'll get you set up, but you do want to have your Japanese up there to a certain degree, certain level, right? You don't want to just come here and say, well, I don't speak, you don't want to say that, right? So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Joanne. Yep. So yeah, it's always good to have that language skill, but remember, why you're in a group, why are you in my group? To learn Japanese, right? So don't worry about that. If you're in our group for more than X amount of time, or if you just continue to be here, interact with us, your Japanese will be fine. I assure you, because I teach a lot of things, and there's a course coming up actually where I teach Japanese. So like I'll give you an idea of what we're doing, right? So This is our group, right? That's our group. I'm thinking about doing a like a teaching program. So teaching, and also I'm thinking about doing a podcast where I have a friend join, a business partner / friend join, and do a podcast where we talk about, like at restaurants in certain places in Japan, how do you act? What are manners? What are the language that you use? Just basic conversation. So our group teaching, we'll do that in the future. It's coming up next month. And podcasts. Yeah, you love listening to podcasts? Good. I will have that out very soon. We're working on it right now. So hang tight, all right? Joanne, thanks for saying that. I'm happy you said that. Yep. So yeah, in terms of podcasts, I'll have a friend join right here. Well, it could be online. He's a Japanese friend who's abroad right now. He's studying abroad, but I'll have him join in like a Zoom or Google Meet thing, and I'll talk you through, situations like, going to the restaurant, going to an event. How do you introduce yourself, right? There's always going to be the formal way, where you learn in like books, which kind of sucks. It's like in English, it's kind of the same, but in Japanese, you really don't use those textbook phrases. And that's kind of gets me some. It's like, a lot of people study that and they come here, and no offense to my new friends, but they come to Japan, I talk to them. You sound really formal to the point where it feels like they're not close. It seems really distant. So you do want to know how to like interact with people and not be, it seems like you're talking to a king, right? A lot of these international students, no offense, they're studying, they're doing their best. I love that. I love the fact that they're going all in with it. But yeah, it's always good to understand how to informally interact. I think casually is a better term. Casually interact with people. So there will be a podcast coming up soon. So buckle up, be ready, right? It's not going to come out tomorrow. It's going to come out like next month. We're working on that with my friend. And yeah, podcasts. Also, we're going to have a teaching program. So be ready for that. All right. If you two don't have any more questions, I think I will end it. But I can actually give you one phrase for today. Hey, Joanne or Maymark, what's a new phrase that you actually learned this week? Can you drop that in the comment? Yeah, I'm going to teach you one thing. All right. So like speaking of podcasts, like I went like situations, right? Speaking of, I went to a cafe the other day and I gave the paper, right? It's the bill. I said, I'm going to pay for it. And the person says, do you want to pay with your credit card or just in Japan, just using paper currencies? Very common still. Not in the US where I lived about 2 years ago. It's always card, which is kind of strange. Still in Japan, we use a lot. Not strange, it's culture, right? We still use our coins and paper. So anyway, she asked me credit card or cash, right? Cash, credit card. How do you say that in Japanese? How do you say, how do you want to pay? So in English, it's usually card or cash, like credit card or cash, right? I think cash is the word to use. I don't remember. Yeah, I think like 2 years ago. It's a long time ago, two years ago when I was in the West Coast US, it was, I think, cash or credit card. Yep. They're saying, I have no idea. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't worry. You're here to learn. I'm going to support you. You're a beloved member, if you will, of my group. There's only 25 people in our group yet. Trying to grow more, but I do treat my group members very well. All right. So don't worry. I'm going to teach you that along the way. We're all in the same boat. All right. So no idea. Everyone in the group saying no idea. God, dudes, you got to know that. Just kidding. It's all right. Yep. You say, Or they say, お支払い方法はどうしますか? お支払い方法どうしますか? お支払いはどうしますか? お支払い、支払い means payment. どうしますか means how do you want to do it, right? So again, they say to you, you'll give the paper and they'll say to you, お支払い方法はどうしますか? Or if that's too formal, they will probably say, お支払いはどうしますか? お支払いはどうしますか? One more time. お支払いはどうしますか? Okay? So that's how we kind of do it here. I've never been a cashier, so I never say it, but I've been on the receiving end of it, I guess every day. Whenever I go to a local supermarket. And yep, once again, お支払いはどうしますか? Okay? And I usually say cash or, yeah, it's usually cash. I try not to use my credit card too much. So yeah, just trying to be safe with that, not get into too much credit card debt. So yeah, you guys didn't know that? Drop me. You probably, it probably sounded familiar a little bit to some of you maybe. You both are like, I have no idea. Oh my God. No, guys, don't worry. Yeah, a lot of people. How do you spell that? Okay. I'll actually drop it in the comments. You spell it like this. Oshiharai wa doshimasu ka? There you go. Someone knows doshimasu ka. That's very good. Very good. That means you're a very productive person. Yes. Oops. Facebook. Oshiharai wa doshimasu ka? Okay. All right. Yep. You see that, Joanne? I hope you do. Yes. So yeah, that's when they say that, you will say card, credito or cash. Yeah. Oh, there's another person joining us. Who's that? Yeah, I'm happy. A lot of you are joining today. Great. Yep. And yes, that was one thing that I wanted to teach you. But yeah, what are some new phrases or words that you guys actually learned? There are 3-4 people right now on this live. I want to kind of know what you guys have been learning recently. Maymark, you got an idea? You've been studying recently? No? Yeah? So yeah, I can teach you another thing actually. Oshiharai wa doushimasu ka? So they say, you give the bill. They say, お支払いはどうしますか? Right? You would say something like, I usually say, 現金で. Genkin is cash, okay? Genkin. Hi there, another person. Genkin, okay, is cash. And they say, in Japan, it's very common to actually answer the question. So like, no, not answering. It's like, repeat the question, repeat the answer. So like if I say, genkin de, so let's start in English, okay? So I'll say, I'll just do cash. And the cashier would say, oh, okay, cash, right? But in American cultures, usually they just ignore it. I say, hey, cash, and just give it to you. But in Japanese culture, it's kind of polite to repeat the answer. So if the person asks me, お支払いはどうしますか? I say, 現金で. And in Japan, it's usually the case where the cashier says, 現金ですね。わかりました. Which literally is, oh, cash, I understand. They're kind of being polite. Okay, that's kind of the culture here. You do want to repeat what the customer said and just not ignore them like we do in my old hometown in Northern California. We just ignore people and just pay it and say hi, bye, which is usually the case. It's kind of crappy when you think about it, but in Japan, we don't do that, right? Yep. So once again, I'll tell you that again. お支払いはどうしますか? And I'll say, 現金で, cash, right? And they'll say, 現金ですね。わかりました. All right? Today I've learned how to use. Okay, there's someone's commenting on my Facebook. Awesome. I can't see your name for some reason, but I will try to pull that up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm happy you guys are commenting on this. Oh, Joanne, there you go. That's Joanne. Yeah, you're right. So you've learned. Okay, so Joanne actually learned something today or this week. In like a certain place, you can have a noun, right? She's saying right here. If you guys want to look at the comments, it's right there. Joanne's saying that today I've learned something. And so when you're using a place with a noun, it sounds really good. So like for example, place. She's saying kisaten, which is a tea place, like a cafe. How do you call it cafe? Like a tife? No, tife. It's kind of stupid, but cafe. Let's say cafe. Okay, kisaten is a cafe. Place, cafe, and a noun like handsome or ugly, right? That kind of matches well in Japanese. Good point, Joanne. I'm actually happy you pointed that out. Yeah, Joanne's saying that place, noun, right? Place, kisaten, handsome person. So at the cafe, there's a handsome person. That's a very good way to say it. Kisaten ni handsome na hito ga imasu. Actually, Joanne, I'm not sure if that's a typo or not, but it says kisaten ni handsome na hito ga aimasu. It's not aimasu, it's imasu. You kind of want to delete that a right there. It says kisaten ni handsome na hito ga, and delete the a, just say imasu. Iru. It means there is. So, yep, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if that was like a typo or something, but yeah, you're doing good. You're doing well, man. Also, Bruna, that's my wife saying hi. Hi. I hope she's doing well at work. She's working today. She works at Toyota, actually, the car company I mentioned. She's a translator there. So, yeah, I hope she's doing it right. She just waved at me. Hi. Yes. So, Joanne's saying, ano hito. Well, let's look at the comments. He's saying ano hito. Is that you, Joanne, that's saying ano hito? Yes. Yeah, ano hito. Ano hito is a way to say a person. So, kisaten ni handsome no hito. Yeah, ano hito. So like a sentence with ano hito would be something like, I don't like that guy. Okay, so say I just hate that guy, right? Ano hito is the person, so a person, right? Ano hito ga kirai. Kirai is you hate it. You don't like it. No me gusta. Okay, you don't like it. Okay, that's yeah. By the way, I learned Spanish when I was a kid, because in school they teach me that they teach you that in West Coast schools, and in Japan actually they teach English. So that's good for me. It was easy for me. Yeah. So when you want to use ano hito, which means the person, you can say I like that person, which is ano hito suki, or ano hito kirai. Okay. Yep. So good for you. I'm hungry. A lot of questions today. I'm very happy. I'm hungry today. No, not today. I'm happy that you're asking me a lot of questions today. I'm hungry in Japanese. She says, I'm hungry. Well, nihongo de nan desu ka? Okay. I'm hungry is, in Japanese, it's onaka suita. Onaka suita. If you want to say, I'm really hungry, you can say, meccha onaka suita. Meccha means like sugoku. That's a textbook version of saying meccha is sugoku, or like monosugoku. But in casual English, like for example, if I would say it to a friend, I would say meccha onaka suita. Okay. So, yeah. I'm hungry in Japanese. Onaka suita. It literally means there's nothing in my stomach. It's like, it means empty stomach, right? So, onaka suita. That's the standard way of saying it. Una cosita. Yeah. All right, dudes. We've been here for a while. I'll do a lot of these lives daily, if not bi-weekly, I guess. And thanks for joining. You'll have this video in the group, so don't worry. It'll be live, and also I'll have it on YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, on the group. So don't worry if you missed this. Just watch all the replays. Joanne, Maymark, you don't need to remember anything. Just come back to this video and watch it again. You can drop a comment anytime you want, right? Well, I'll say it once for the people who are actually not watching. Or no, people who are watching. Don't remember it. Just come back and try to memorize it later. You're not going to remember anything in once, all right? That's not how language learning works. You come back and do it again and again and again. 1 week of doing that, you're going to learn a lot, all right? So do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. Actually, I try to share all my lives on YouTube, but yeah, it's not, this group is my main thing. YouTube's not really my main thing right now. So I'll drop a link later, but yeah, I'm hoping it to grow soon, but it won't happen overnight. This group thing's really a lot faster for me right now. So I'm trying to make this Facebook group the main way of transferring or providing information, giving you information. So I would stick to that for now. And if I do have a growing YouTube group, YouTube channel, I'll actually send you a link for that or to that. All right. All right. We've been here for a while, so I think I'm going to close this up. I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have any last questions? I think I'll be on like 2 days from now, so like the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, I actually have something to do in the morning, morning JST, Japan Standard Time. But I'll try to do lives during this time, and also night over here, which is like morning or afternoon in Europe, America. Okay, so for the Asians, for you Asians out there, you'll be fine during this time. Europeans, Americans, you guys would be probably watching this after I finish my live. But anyway, please come back to this video. You don't need to. That's the whole, that's a good part about YouTube. No, sorry, group Facebook Live, right? I can always have a live and then post it in my Facebook group. So please do that. I hope you enjoy your day wherever you are. Asia, America, Europe, Africa, Latin America. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye. I enjoyed it, right, guys? Talk to you guys later. Ask me anything in the comments, all right? Ciao, ciao.